Welcome back to Talk Easy English 101. I'm Mark.
And I'm Sarah. This is the podcast where we take the stress out of English conversation for beginners.
Sarah, let's talk about a situation that makes almost every English learner's heart race. You're at a coffee shop or maybe a party. You're talking to a girl you just met, or maybe it's a job interview. Suddenly, she looks at you and says, "So, tell me about yourself."
Oh, the open-ended trap. For a beginner, that is terrifying. Your mind goes blank. You think, do I start from my birth? Do I talk about my job? Do I mention I like pizza?
Exactly. Most people either say too much and get confused, or they say too little and the conversation dies. Today, we are going to give you a simple map to follow so you never freeze again.
Let's start with the first principle, Mark. Why do people ask this?
It's a vibe check. In English culture, this isn't a test for facts. It's an invitation to show your personality. The first tip is keep it short. Beginners often try to tell their whole life story.
Right. Don't give us a 10-minute history lesson. Think of it like a movie trailer, just the best parts. We recommend the past, present, future formula. It's the easiest way to organize your thoughts in English.
Let's break that down. Past is where you came from. Present is what you're doing now. Future is what you're excited about.
Let's try an example for our listeners. Mark, if I ask you, tell me about yourself, how would you use that formula?
Okay. Past, I grew up in a small town in Ohio. Present, right now I live in New York and work as a teacher. Future, I'm actually planning to travel to Japan next year.
Perfect. Did you hear that, listeners? 3 sentences, clear, easy vocabulary.
But Sarah, there's a secret ingredient. You can't just state facts. You need to add a why. Instead of just saying, I like cooking, say, I love cooking because it helps me relax.
That's a great tip. Adding because gives the other person something to talk about. It is providing a reason for what they are doing.
Speaking of throwing the ball, let's talk about the pivot. This is our second big principle.
The pivot is the most important part of English politeness. After you finish your 3 sentences, you must ask a question back.
Right. If you don't, it feels like an interview. Use simple phrases like, how about you? What's your story? And you, what do you do for fun?
Let's do a bad versus good role play for the audience. Mark, you be the beginner who is struggling. I'll be the person asking the question.
I'm ready.
So, Mark, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I am Mark. I am from America. I am a teacher. I like football.
Okay, cool.
That felt like a robot. No flow, no energy.
Exactly. Now, let's try the good version using our tips. Same question. So, Mark, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from Ohio, but I've lived in New York for 3 years. Right now, I'm working as an English teacher, which is great because I love meeting new people. In my free time, I'm a huge football fan. How about you? Are you into sports?
Much better. You used originally from, you used I've lived here for, and you used the pivot.
For our listeners who are nervous about their grammar, here are 3 power phrases you can memorize today.
Phrase number 1, I've spent the last, state the number, years. This is great for talking about your job or your city.
Phrase number 2, I'm really into, instead of just saying I like. It sounds more natural. I'm really into photography, or I'm really into hiking.
And phrase number 3, what about you? What's your story? It's the perfect way to end your turn.
One more thing, Sarah. What if they don't understand the question? Sometimes people ask it differently. They might say, what's your deal? Or what do you do?
Great point. If you're confused, it's okay to ask. You can say, do you mean my job or my hobbies? It shows you are confident in your English, even if you didn't hear clearly.
Confidence is key. Don't worry about being perfect. Worry about being friendly.
Now, let's jump into some red flags in talking about ourselves so our audience can avoid them and have a great conversation.
You mean the common mistakes? Oh, I have a long list of these.
But let's just narrow it down to the big 3. Listeners, listen closely. You might be doing these without realizing it.
Mistake number 1, the one-word wall.
This is when she asks, "Tell me about yourself," and you say, "I'm a designer."
And then, silence.
Exactly. In English, a one-word answer often sounds like you don't want to talk. It can feel a bit rude, even if you're just nervous.
You have to expand the answer. Mistake number 2, the negative start.
I see this a lot. A student says, "Well, my English isn't very good, but," or "My life is very boring, but."
Stop right there. Don't apologize for your life or your English. Stop telling someone about your childhood illness, your ex-girlfriend, or your financial problems within the first 2 minutes. This diminishes the good vibes of your conversation. Start with something positive, something you are proud of. Remember, energy is contagious. When you share a positive energy, the one you talk with will be attracted to that.
And mistake number 3, the TMI, or too much information, which we have briefly talked about.
This is the opposite of the one-word wall. TMI is sharing all the details about your life. The person you are talking with does not want a history lesson about your life. He or she only wants to know a bit about you. So just chill and share a bit about yours too.
Save the heavy stuff for much later. Keep the first conversation light and bright.
Okay, so they've avoided the mistakes, they used the past, present, future formula, and they did the pivot. Now she asks a follow-up question.
This is where the real conversation begins. She might ask, "Oh, you're an engineer? What's the hardest part of your job?"
Or, you mentioned you like hiking. Where's the best place you've ever been? How do our beginners handle these specific questions without getting overwhelmed?
Use the bridge and build technique. The bridge is acknowledging her question with a small phrase like, "That's a great question," or "Actually, I was just thinking about that." The build is giving one specific story or detail. Don't be general.
Let's try it. Mark, ask me about my hobby.
Sarah, you said you love baking. What's the most difficult thing you've ever made? Ooh, that's a tough one. Actually, I tried making French macarons last weekend. They are so delicate. I failed 3 times before they looked right. Do you have a hobby that took a long time to learn?
Perfect. You bridged, you gave a specific detail, the macarons, and you threw the ball back with a question.
It's like a dance. You take a step, then she takes a step.
Let's wrap up with a confidence booster for the road. Sarah, what is one thing a beginner can do if they completely forget their English in that moment?
My favorite trick? Be honest but positive. Say, "I'm sorry, my brain is stuck in," state your native language today. "Give me 1 second," then smile.
People love honesty. It breaks the ice and makes you seem very human and relatable.
I think we've covered the necessary things to say and not to say when asked about ourselves. I hope our audience learned a lot from this conversation and practice it in their daily interactions.
Remember, Talk Easy English 101 listeners, the goal isn't to be the most interesting man in the world. The goal is to be the most interested person in the room.
Practice your script tonight. Record it, listen to it, and perfect your pivot.
We believe in you.
See you next time.
Talk Easy. That is it. Subscribe for more.